a happy occasion. Goliath sneaking forward, hoping to catch something in its high explosive surprise. Sneaking in on the rear, might catch these riflemen. And there we go. Do we? Yes! Riflemen blown to pieces. Not even those on the other side of the hedge were safe. It is a shower of blood in a geyser of dirt. Now we see Rangers out for Johnson. Rangers lead the way. 5th Ranger Battalion going off for the BAR. Elite armor on these Rangers certainly make them fearsome opponents, and these Volksgrenadiers are certainly facing the elite Rangers and now forced to pull back as riflemen are also joining into the fight. Apparently having managed to also equip some extra BARs. Stormtroopers holding the line, the only thing to hold what is left of this small courtyard area. Not much of walls or buildings, in fact, and we see assault grenades going in, doing a lot of damage and stunning, forcing the American charge into a full retreat. And a Panzer 5. Not sure which version of the Panther though, but it is there and ready to do a lot to any American armor assets and also a bit to infantry. Stu 42 still hanging around harassing, and the Tiger as well, having taken severe damage though. And we hear incoming being reported somewhere, possibly here. Yes, indeed, the MG42 caught out in this barn is now taking a lot of artillery fire. The building though providing plenty of protection. The MG42 riding out the storm, although probably not comfortably, but it's now being surrounded. But perhaps no grenades to actually flush them out, so they should actually be able to hold out for quite some time, preventing any further attacks for the time being. In fact, forcing an entire American attack back despite artillery support, which certainly goes to show that buildings can provide against artillery, although it's not always a sure thing. And M10 caught out in the open by the Panther, although now flanking alongside the airborne and the Sherman. Panther taking a lot of damage. Damage engine, in fact. Veterans 1 damage mitigation not helping it too much against all of this. The cordless rifles and 75mm gun doing a lot of damage, but Tiger moving in to support Veterans 2 up for the German armor of Cheeseburglar. Sherman forced to pull back but might not make it. Panzerschreck or Tiger. Tiger knocking it out. And we see the MG42 gunner is up for the Stu 42, able to suppress and damage. And looks like the tide has turned in the center. Tiger charging ahead now, Veterans 3, meaning it's certainly going to be very hard to damage or even penetrate a true elite Tiger of the battlefields of Normandy. But looks like the Americans are marching for a vast attack. Numerous riflemen, airborne and Rangers, and of course tank assets, and finally of course the howitzer, which is now Veterans 3, making it quite lethal. Now Veterans 2 up for some of these riflemen. What is this? 288mm rocket barrage. Where is this? Right here. Not sure how they spotted it, but it does not matter. The howitzer is lost in a vast barrage of rockets, of the heaviest Neville Rifle batteries available to the Germans far behind the lines. Stu 42 now, Veterans 3 as well, armored skirts up. Going to be hard to deal with from anti-tank handheld weaponry. North is still held by this nicely done defensive scheme. Sherman charging through, stormtroopers out in the open, nothing to really help them except their skill and rifle. Stu 42 though is there, and we see Hellier snipers sneaking about in the flank, taking shots at the Rangers and riflemen. Numerous airborne with recoilless rifles, and we even see a mortar team as out strafing run going in as well, suppressing and pinning these stormtroopers, but they are still there holding out. Bundled grenades going off, and one thing to note, after the patch, any units that are pinned cannot use abilities, so that means you can't really use troops that are pinned to sneak forwards and lob grenades anymore. And what is this? Stu-42 moving in, albeit badly damaged. Same applies to the Tiger, but these airborne are moving in. Same with these heavily damaged and wounded riflemen. Apparently keen on throwing some sticky bombs, but retreating now. Airborne might be lost though. And we see this half track still not filled up with troops, and the guns not manned. Sherman hanging around. 76mm high velocity gun up, meaning increased penetration, and we also see an anti-tank gun in reserve. Try and hold the line, although not pointing in a good direction, I'd say. And we see John going up for another howitzer. And we hear artillery going in somewhere, I suspect. There we go, trying to knock out the Tiger, but not hitting it. The Tiger barely making it out of there alive. The great Tiger still there on the field, and we see the Stu-42 there as well, despite heavily damaged. The Panzerlehr slowly but surely turning the tide against the American 28th Division and allowing the brethren to get across the Seine River. Or was it on the other side of the Seine? I can't remember actually at the moment. But there we go. Further artillery fire raining in, and we see these stormtroopers caught out. Apparently also having managed to steal themselves a recoilless rifle, but now being hit from all sides. Bundle grenade going off, but hitting nothing, and instead a lot of fire in return. Suffering a lot of damage, and only 2 making it out of there. And Ostwind out, Veterancy 3 out for Helios Panzers as well, but nothing for infantry or support units. Ostwind dashing out there with no protection or cover. Quite bold, I'd say. Americans charging ahead in numbers, numerous sticky bombs going off, damaging engine. Half down in health, but not much else so far, and we see Veterans the 3 stormtroopers charging ahead once more. Further anti-tank guns out from Keith Mallory. And things are certainly beginning to look a bit bad, and we see a fresh medic station up, though, to once more mitigate attrition losses, and even 1 man will at least allow for a fresh rifleman team. And we hear combat going off somewhere, but not sure where. The Americans still leaving the north to B, and for some reason looks like Cheeseburglar pulled out. Perhaps he had to leave. Certainly not any reason to leave right now, since the Germans do seem to be holding out alright despite a tenacious defense and counterattack by the Americans. Successfully holding the center, in fact. And we see stormtroopers caught up in fighting in this center. A bit of fighting here and there. And we see Blitzkrieg having gone up, meaning troops can move faster, armor as well, and shoot faster. A large firefight now breaking out in the center. Anti-tank guns, infantry rushing in and out, but looks like the Germans will get the hold of the situation, forcing the American into a full rout, and a fresh rifleman team is on the field. Perhaps it can do something to turn the tide for the Americans and push through the German defenses, but looks like they might be overwhelmed by the combined firepower from the German tanks and infantry. And it looks like it was so the rifleman team quickly forced back again. Oh dear me, quite a long match. In fact, it looks like. Certainly would not mind some shorter matches once in a while, but at the same time certainly a bit interesting, although a bit of the lull in the fighting again. The Americans having lost a lot and certainly going to have to regroup, push through. And what is this? German moving into the north. Perhaps they might break through finally here and crush the northern defenses, forcing the Wehrmacht commanders to spread out even more, instead of right now where they can concentrate all the defenses in the center and just watch as the Americans hammer their heads into this wall of German firepower and steel. Sherman clearing out the MG42 from the center. Tiger moving in, perhaps. Looks like the Sherman moved in completely unsupported and is now facing the Flak 88. But what is this? Apparently John was aware that something was up here, and artillery fire has been fired off in an attempt to clear up. In fact, knocking out a lot of the minefields of the German forces, leaving only the MG42s and the Flak 88. But the Flak 88 does knock out the Sherman tank, but now Rangers and riflemen are moving in to enjoy this rather softened up defense. But Rangers running right into the heavy belt of mines, not good. Although looks like some of the bocage is being removed. Riflemen moving in as well. Rangers not really more, and riflemen moving in. Oh my, oh no, further mines. Rangers once more suppressed and suffering heavily. MG42 in a perilous situation, might be lost. Riflemen being suppressed, and now the Rangers are once more charging ahead. Flak 88 in a vulnerable position, nothing to support it at all. Grenades going off. Might the gun be cleared very shortly? An MG42 pointing in a very curious direction. And the Flak 88 on its last leg, as certainly as well for the crew, desperately trying to protect it. Ostwind moving in, Rangers pulling back, and the Flak 88 has been cleared out. The crew scattered to all the winds, leaving only a Ostwind to hold the line. If a second Sherman was thrown in on M10, things could easily be thrown back in the north. Or it could have, until these pioneers quickly managed to recrew the Flak 88 and once more provide for some heavy anti-tank support in the north. Central point is still under the control of Cheeseburger's Panzerlehr Battalion, and Ostwind's Panzerlehr troops are as well moving in, or Heliars I mean, moving in, and the south is quickly coming under the control of the Panzerlehr troops as the 28th grasp is slowly slipping. And what is this? A counterattack right into the American base. Artillery fire raining in as the Ostwind is quickly being lost, and the looks like this flamethrower half-track is doing a lot of damage, burning away the machine gun emplacement, and the tank depot might not make it in time though. Something coming out of the tank depot, perhaps a tank, perhaps a tank destroyer, we'll have to see. Half-track slowly losing health to this machine gun emplacement. Who will win? Emplacement or flamethrower equipped half-track? And for those who have been a bit miffed about the flamethrower half-tracks in performance, it will in fact get buffed with the next patch, and looks like it'll have to pull back, but does not make it in time, instead knocked out by an anti-tank gun. And we see another 280mm rocket barrage knocking out the tank depot of Dron, leaving out the armored assets, certainly not good. And we see artillery rounds going in on the Tiger, knocking out its attendant pioneers, and it might even be knocked out in the heavy artillery fire, but looks like it's once more makes it out of there. 38 kills to its name, and oh no, it is exposing its rear armor. This could easily be the end of the venerable Tiger and its elite crew. But no, it managed to turn the frontal armor once more. Sherman charging in, heavily damaging the Ostwind, and oh no, the Tiger still holds. Sherman is taking a lot of damage. Will it knock out the Tiger, or will it? No, it is knocked out. Only destroying the engine of the Tiger, leaving it stuck in one place. A risky gamble from the American commander with his last Sherman, but it did not pay off. Nothing lost there except the Sherman, even the Ostwind making it out of there alive. Looks like the Americans are renewing for a fresh assault. Plenty of anti-tank guns and infantry, but their losses are beginning to show, in particular since no medic stations are up for either player. Some would certainly have changed things, and now Grenadiers are charging ahead, apparently replacing some of all the SS Stormtroopers. since they have apparently suffering 2 heavy losses and will not be sent in further numbers to reinforce the lines of T. Spagler. And mortar rounds going